ஆழ்வார் எம்பெருமானார் ஜியர் திருவடிகளே சரணம். Sri Bhagavad Gita, 8th chapter, Akshara Parabrahma Yogam. We are seeing the meanings for this chapter now. We have seen up to the 22nd shlokam. So far in this chapter, Krishna has explained the different terms that are to be known by the three types of adhikaris, three types of yogis, that is karma yogi, jnana yogi and bhakti yogi. Karma yogi is the one who desires for aishwaryam, generally worldly pleasures. Jnana yogi is the one who desires for kaivalyam, self enjoyment, and bhakti yogi is the one who desires for kainkariam to Bhagavan, eternal kainkariam to Bhagavan. The ways of their worship, the results they get were all explained up to the 22nd shlokam. Now we are into the 23rd shlokam. This is the last section of this chapter where Krishna is explaining the different paths, the different routes which are taken by these adhikaris, these yogis, depending upon their practice and their desire at the end of their life to attain the result which they desired. Bhagavad Ramanuja has explained the meanings of Bhagavad Gita shlokams in great detail in his Gita Bhashyam. Vedanta Acharya has given Tatparya Chandrikai, which is also a detailed explanation of the Gita shlokams. Puttur Sri U.A. Krishnaswamy Iyengar has given detailed Tamil commentary based on these two existing commentaries of Purvacharyas. We are seeing the simple meanings based on the English translation of Puttur Swami's word by word meanings. Let us see the 23rd shlokam now. Yatra kale tvanavrittim avrittim chaiva yoginaha prayata yanti tam kalam vakshyami bharata rishabha. Bharata rishabha, ocean of Bharata clan. Rishabha means someone who is great, who is very honorable. So Arjuna is considered as the best of the descendants of Bharata clan. Yatra kale prayataha yoginaha tu. The yogis who take up different means. Avritim, anavritim cha. Returning to samsara mandala, that is material realm, and attaining Brahman without returning to the samsara. Yanti, attain. Tam kalam, those ways. Vakshyami, I will tell. So Krishna is saying that in this shlokam, he is going to highlight those who reach Paramapadam and remain there forever, the path taken by them and the path taken by those who enjoy worldly pleasure in higher worlds within the samsara mandalam, the Leela Vibhuti, material realm, and coming back to the earth to perform karma again, to engage in karma again. So these two paths are going to be explained in the subsequent shlokams, says Krishna in this shlokam. 24th shlokam. In this shlokam he is explaining the path of Archiradi Gati, the path which is taken by those who are going to Paramapadam, those who are being liberated. This is the path they take, that is Archiradi Gati. This path is known as Archiradi because it starts with the place known as Archis. There are several places which the Atma travels through. It is highlighted that there are 12 such places. One by one, the Atma goes through these layers. These are the abodes of the Devatas who are responsible for certain aspects in this world, in the material world. These Devatas are known as Adivahikas. They are the ones who guide the Atma from the time the Atma leaves the body till the Atma reaches the shore of Viraja river, that is this side of Viraja river in the material realm. And once the Atma reaches the shore of Viraja river, the Atma dips in the Viraja river and then he gets up in the other side, he comes out of the other side, and then he goes on to the main entrance and the main mandap in the Paramapadam, and then he is accepted by Bhagavan and he gets eternal Kainkaryam in Paramapadam. So let us see the shlokam here. Agnir Jyotir Ahas Shuklaha Shanmasa Uttarayanam Tatra Prayata Gachanti Brahma Brahmavido Janaha. Word by word meanings. Agnir Jyotihi, Archis, ray of light. Ahaha, Ahas, day. Shuklaha, Shuklapaksha, bright fortnight which starts after new moon day. Uttarayanam, Shanmasaha, 6 months of Uttarayanam, that is middle of January to middle of July. Tatra Prayataha, those who pursue these paths. Brahmavidaha Janaha, those who worship Brahman with Brahman as goal. Brahma Gachanti, attain Brahman. So those who worship with the desire of reaching Brahman, that is Bhakti Yoga Nishtas, the Bhakti Yogis, they travel through this path. This path starts with Archis, and then there is Ahas, then there is Shukla Paksha, then there is Uttarayanam, the 6 months of bright times. So in this manner there are 12 worlds. So these are the abodes of the Devatas who are responsible for these aspects. For example, there is a Devata who is responsible for Archis, the ray of light. There is one Devata for day. There is one Devata for Shukla Paksha. So the Atma travels through the abodes of these Devatas, finally reaches Brahmalokam, and from Brahmalokam the Atma goes up to the end of Mula Prakriti, primordial matter, and then Atma crosses Viraja river and goes over to Paramapadam. So those who pursue Bhagavan, eternal service to Bhagavan, Kainkaryam to Bhagavan, they go through this path and they reach Brahman, Bhagavan. 25th Shlokam. Domo Ratris Tata Krishnaha Shanmasa Dakshinayanam Tatra Chandramasam Jyotihi Yogi Prapya Nivartate. Dumaha, smoke, Ratri, night, Tata Krishnaha, in the same manner, Krishna Paksha, dark fortnight which begins with full moon day. Dakshinayanam Shanmasaha, 6 months of Dakshinayanam, middle of July to middle of January. Tatra Chandramasam Jyotihi, and then Chandra, the moon world, the light. These personalities, i.e. presiding deities. Yogi, the yogi, the one who has performed punya karma, virtuous actions. Prapya, reaches. Nivartate, and returns to karma bhumi, earth. Yogi, this is karma yogi here. Previously in the 24th shlokam we saw bhakti yogi. In this shlokam we are seeing karma yogi. The one who has performed punya karma, many virtuous actions, reaches the abodes or the personalities, the abodes of the personalities such as the Devatas who are responsible for smoke, night, dark fortnight and 6 months of Dakshinayanam, and then finally Chandra, the moon, the light, and then returns to Karma Bhumi. So this is the opposite of Archiradi. Dhumadi is the opposite of Archiradi. Dhumadi Margam is the dark path, Archiradi Margam is the bright path, and the Dhumadi Margam is the path which is taken by Karma Yoga Nishtas who have attained higher punya to go to higher worlds and enjoy worldly pleasure in this world. So they travel through this path and then they come back to Karma Bhumi to perform their karma again, because Karma Bhumi, this earth, is the place where one can engage in karma. The other worlds such as Swargam are the places where one spends the accumulated karma, punya. There is more scope for enjoyment than engaging in karma there in that higher planets, higher worlds. 26th shlokam next. Dhumo ratris, 26th shlokam. Shukla Krishne gati hyete jagata shashvate mate ekaya yatya navrittim anyaya avartate punaha. In this shlokam, Krishna is explaining both the paths and how one attains the higher goal of Paramapadam and how one reaches the worldly, other worldly places of enjoyment and comes back to earth. Ete Shukla Krishne Gati. These two paths named Archiradi Gati and Dhumadi Gati, Jagataha, respectively for Jnanis and Yogis, pious persons. Shashvate Mate, permanently ordained in Shruti. Ekaya, in Archiradi Gati, which is one among these two. Anavrittim Yati, one attains the goal of no return, permanent bliss with Brahman. Anyaya, for the one who pursued the other. Dhumadi Gati Punaha Avartate, returns again, he comes back to Karma Bhumi. So these two paths named Archiradi Gati and Dhumadi Gati are permanently ordained. Both these paths are always existing. They both are permanent as ordained in Shruti, Vedam, respectively for Jnanis and pious persons. For the Jnanis, the best among the Bhakti Yogis, they reach Paramapadam, and for the pious persons who are engaged in worldly activities, who seek worldly pleasures, they go through the Dhumadi Gati. In Archiradi Gati, which is one among these two, one attains the goal of no return, one attains Paramapadam, and in the Dhumadi Gati, one attains worldly pleasures and then he comes back to material world. 27th shlokam. One question in this 26th shlokam is to be raised and answered. Krishna is saying here that both Archiradi Gati and Dhumadi Gati are permanently available. Now material realm, the material world keeps going through the process of creation and sustenance and annihilation. So how can the Dhumadi Gati be permanently existing when that during deluge, pralayam, everything is in subtle state? So the answer for that is even the Dhumadi Gati remains in subtle state during that deluge time, and during creation again it becomes visible and it is travelled during the creation in the state of Srishti. Next, 27th shlokam. Naite Sruti Partha Janan Yogi Muhyati Kaschana Tasmat Sarveshu Kaleshu Yoga Yukto Bhavarjuna. Partha Arjuna, O Arjuna, son of Kunti. Kunti is known as Pritha, so Pritha's son is known as Partha. O son of Kunti, Arjuna, Ete Sruti, these two paths, Archiradi and Dhumadi, Janan, knows, Kaschana Yogi, any jnani, na muhyati, will never be deluded, Tasmat, thus, Sarveshu Kaleshu, always, Yoga Yuktaha Bhava, be united with yoga of meditating upon Archiradi Gati. So in this shlokam, Krishna is telling Arjuna, is giving the instruction. The jnani who knows these two paths, Archiradigati and Dhumadigati, one is for the ones, those who desire eternal Kainkaryam for Bhagavan, and the other is for those who desire for worldly pleasures. If one knows the jnani, if the jnani knows the difference between Archiradigati and Dhumadigati, then he will never be deluded, because he knows what is the path to be taken and what is the path to be rejected. Thus, always be united with yoga. So Arjuna is being instructed by Krishna saying, you always think about Archiradigati, meditate upon that Archiradigati always, so that you also attain that state one day. That is 27th shlokam. Now the final shlokam of this chapter. Vedeshu yajneshu tapassu chaiva dhaneshu yat punyapalam pradishtam atyeti tat sarvam idham viditva yogi param sthanam upaiti chadyam. Vedeshu, to recite Vedas, yajneshu, yajnas, sacrifices, tapassu cha, and different types of tapas, penances, austerities, dhanecha eva, and to engage in charity, yat punyapalam, the results of that punya, virtuous deed, pradishtam, explained in Shastram, tat sarvam, all those, idam, the glories of mine, the Paramapurusha, Supreme Lord, which are explained in these two chapters. In this 7th and 8th chapter, Bhagavan's greatness, glories are explained. Viditva, knowing, and by that knowledge, atyeti, transcends the results of all such punya. Yogi, one who practices bhakti yogam, becoming a jnani. Adhyam, ancient, beginningless. Paramam, supreme. Sthanam, Sri Vaikuntha Loka, the divine abode of Sriman Narayana. Upaiti, attains. Whatever results of that punya, virtuous deed, explained in Shastram for reciting Vedas, engaging in yajnas, different types of tapas, charities, and one who practices bhakti yogam, becoming a jnani, knows the glories of mine, the Paramapurusha, I the Paramapurusha, which are explained in these two chapters, and by that knowledge transcends all those results and attains the ancient, beginningless, supreme Sri Vaikuntha Loka, the divine abode of Sriman Narayana. So whatever punya, virtuous deed, explained in Shastram for various good deeds such as reciting Vedas, engaging in yajna, engaging in penance, engaging in dhanam, charities, all of those are contained, and one who performs bhakti yogam, the pure devotion towards Bhagavan, will transcend all of these results attained through various activities explained here, and will finally attain Paramapadam as well, which is ancient and which is beginningless abode of Bhagavan Sriman Narayana. Thus ends the 8th chapter of Bhagavad Gita. We will proceed with the next chapter in the next session. Alvar Emperumanar Jiyar Tiruvadigalai Sharanam, Puttur Swami Tiruvadigalai Sharanam.
To learn such valuable information about our Sri Vaishnava Sampradaya, please download KOYIL, KOYIL app from Google Play Store or Apple App Store. Our website is koyil.org, KOYIL.org.